But the essence of this factor is that we want to make sure that we have the bottom line mentality of where we are coming from. And where we are coming from is the essence of who we are. And the essence of who we are is exactly what our talents lies at, where or what we are all about from the very beginning that we were born and to the point of where we are now. It's all one process. And in this one process, we must acknowledge that what we want in our life and what we expect from our life is all one process. And this one process shows itself in ways that we focus on our talent. And our talent is the source of our creation being. And if we want to make this creation being to do what it has to do, we just have to stand in that space to make it happen. In other words, our talent does what it has to do. And what it has to do is what we expect it to do, what we plan to do, what we want in our life, what we have in our life. In that one process that has many layers, we can then have things happen according to or in congruence with what we are about ourselves. And if we're trying to make things or have things make sense before we expect them to happen, it may not make sense, because many people are there that you would observe that, this person doesn't know anything about math or accounting, or doesn't have much education, or they may have education, but in a different field. And you see, for example, that they may have picked a stock, or they bought a real estate, or they invested in their education or something, and then they came in contact with some situation or a person or a contact, and due to its collaborative stance, things then happen in their life. And that's what we must be able to stand firm in our grounds and allow things to happen. So creation is a state of being that where everything was, is, and will be in one processes. The simplicity of it all is that it does exist and it always existed. and it will exist. So the more you get sophisticated about it, or no matter how you explain it, or how you play with it, or how you may put it in explanation or show different angles of it, it all may prove that yes, it has many facets, it has many different kinds of ways that your talent may show itself. And no matter if you're multitasking or whatnot, there is still one processes of your talent that is going forth in your lifestyle. Many may call it a third eye kind of a vision that one may have, no matter what they do, no matter what profession they go into or practice. I remember a quote that says, when a wrong man does everything right, everything goes wrong. But when a right man does everything wrong, everything goes right. And it has a deep meaning in that. So first you have your talent, then you have your skills, and then you have your action, what you do. Or in other words, that talent of yours is something invisible, is who you are, the frequency of your existence. And then that frequency has had many thoughts and many ideas and many explanations, so on and so forth, and you've gotten better and better at explaining who you are or what you do, or when you want to do something, you come up with reasons as to why you have to do it, or it's the right thing for you. Or sometimes, like no matter what reason you may come up with, you still have to go beyond that, and you find yourself doing it. And then you reason out that yes, it's because of the money, or because of my children, or because of my spouse, or because of my circumstance. So your reasons may be as sophisticated or as stupid as it may be. And then, of course, the circumstance that you explained as to why has certain degree of consequence that you say, oh, because of the consequence of what I did, the consequence of what I reasoned for, and the consequence of what my actions were, is where I stand, or where my life is all about now. And then, of course, there is a lesson there, or maybe is your stepping stone into a next level of consciousness, or next level of lifestyle, or next level of sophistication of your life. Call it age, call it timing in your life, call it whatever you like to call it. But better words that comes out of that frequency of your talent, that you put things forth, in other words, you explain about, is what allows you to take direction into the destiny of, I'm going to make up words as well, because these words that I make up may give you a better understanding. So don't get caught up on whether I'm saying something right or wrong, or there is such a word or not. So you have to be creative with your communication, and improvise, if you will. And that's where your independence is at. Your speed, your way that you do things, your timing, everything is accordance with the stand of your talent, and the better you get at expressing your talent, and it's part of your growth, of course, it'll give you that better result that you want. So creation is something that you are about. So I'm talking to authors and speakers and event organizers and travel agents that may come to this sort of an understanding that Dreams Come True coaching is something that we are all about in this platform or in this space. And it will manifest itself in wider and wider scale in this global economy, in this global existence through internet connections and so on and so forth. So it's a very fluid type of a stance that I have taken beyond the, this sequential of book reading or listening to tapes and this and that, but to be alive. This is a live kind of a platform. And if you happen to watch this show later on, it's still alive. So you may pass it around and it's not what I say, but is something of a unlocking consciousness. So you come to realization that, for example, with computers, since you have better understanding, this it's an opening of an encryption that you may have made for yourself that have locked your head in ways that have kept you in a place that you may not be so satisfied so far. But on encrypting this process is a talent that I have came across within myself in order to not only live it, but to share it with all other beings, if you will. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Dreams Come True Coaching. I welcome your feedback, and I have private coachings and so on and so forth. And for co-adventuring with me, feel free to contact me, and see where we can go with this. Have a wonderful day and see you again soon. This is Dr. Corey signing off.